Naruto will not have that. Is he about to eat all the balls? He's gonna put himself through it. Oh, badass, bro. I love it. Ooh. Is that... Did he like just develop that technique? Nice. Dude, let's go Kakashi, man. Dang, Kakashi, man. Clutch up. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. If y'all new here, my name is Josh. Today we're going to be getting into episodes 83 and 84 of Shippuden. Pick it back up after the best episode we've ever had in Shippuden and classic Naruto. An absolute masterpiece of episode 82. Yeah, y'all, that was so good. I've been thinking about it so much. I looked through like my edit and stuff like that, so I got to see the scene a few more times. I feel like I just need to watch more I gotta watch some reactions of people seeing that scene because it's just so freaking good. I feel like that will probably go down as one of my all-time favorites in Naruto as a whole. I would be very surprised if it didn't, considering just how well it was put together. And dude, Shikamaru and his father are goats, that's for sure. Let's go and recap the character ratings from last time. We gave MVP to Shikamaru's father, one of the goats here. Just for, the words to his son, being a good father, to see how his son is struggling with this grief and all this emotion bottled up. And he pulled it out of him. He helped him let go and explode all that emotion out so that he could begin the actual grieving process and moving forward. And of course, that last line of "I'll pick up your pieces" it will forever go down in history in my mind, man. That was so good. For the best moment, we gave that to Shikamaru himself and playing shogi, and just that scene in general, just absolutely fantastic. Has to be my favorite scene of all of Naruto, easily. Just so well written, so well directed, voice acting, animation with the faces, just incredible. For the funniest moment, we gave that to Asuma, and it's somehow in his dying words, he's still able to say something funny to Choji, saying, "And you may need to die a little." And Choji's like, "That might be impossible, but I'll try." And then for the Sako, of course, we give it to the murderer, Hidan, mostly around just how smug he is, like how happy he is that he's done this, no remorse. He's just, he feels pleasure from this pain, from everything. It's pretty sick, man. Even though I love Hidan at this point, he's a cool character. I think he's funny. He's also so hateable after what he's done to Asuma. Yeah, man, it's gonna take me a little bit to get over this, and hopefully we get revenge or justice or something here for Asuma. And it seems like Shikamaru is about to lead a squad, and Kakashi's about to be on the forefront. Still very curious on what Asuma is going to say to Kakashi, because I'm wondering if that's why Kakashi's in the mix here. So yeah, with that being said, I think we can go ahead and get into this. If y'all enjoy these reactions, help me out, drop a like, sub, all that good stuff. Would appreciate it. Check out the Patreon. We're usually about a month ahead there. Would love to have y'all there. And yeah, let's go and get into y'all.
Naruto の修行はどうなってる？はい、カカシ先生が言うには何かコツをつかんだらしくて、完成までにはもう少しかかるって言ってました。そう。
We don't got time.
第10版にカカシ先生が入ったっていうことは、彼らと連携の取りやすい第7版。つまり私たちの正体が増援に行くべきだと、そういうことですよね。察しがいいな。さすがお前だ。しかし、ト君の真術がいつ完成するのかもわかりませんし。
Dude, I don't want to hear Susane's anything from her. She gives the worst advice, I swear.
Sakura, Yamato に伝えろ。あと24時間でナルトの真術を完成させろ。別の正体を
Bro, 24 hours? She's just trying to put pressure on him, I'm sure, but still, it seems a little silly.
間に合わなかった場合を考え、スケジュールを見て、第10版と連携の取れる正体の編成案を出せ。わかりました。
Yeah, she's just trying to put pressure on him.
これからだ。
カマル、まずお前の作戦を聞こ
Please.
少し作戦を変更したいんですけど、
う。分かった。説明してくれ。
いくつかのパターンに分けて説明する。全員しっかり頭に叩き込んでおいてくれよ。
I'm listening carefully. And I will not listen carefully for this intro. I feel like this theme song's too, like upbeat for how sad this arc has been, dude.
カカシ先生たちが暁を。ついさっきのことよ。
そうか。で、綱手様は何と？
私たちが増援に行くのがベストだと。でもそのためには早急にナルトの真実を完成させる必要があるって言われたわ。
俺の真実を。
24時間以内に完成しなかった場合は別の正体が増援に向かうことになるわ。
Naruto will not have that. Is he about to eat all the balls? He's gonna put himself through it. Oh, man. Yeah.
食べない方が。
Oh, man, he's not even cringing. What a beast. Best moment, Naruto shoving those awful balls down his mouth. Sus.
さあ、大和隊長、修行を始めるってばよ。
じゃあカカシ先生、これ隙を見て使ってください。渡しておきます。
分かった。
Hmm.
たった一度の接触で敵をよく研究したね。
ただ
I wonder if that's for Hidan.
未知数が多くて限られた情報の中で立案できる作戦は以上だ。作戦を頭に入れたらシミュレーションを頭の中で3回以上やっといてくれ。イメージトレーニングをやる。
Gotta visualize it.
作戦成功率がまるで違うからな。
Mm-hmm.
オッケー。
They say that's a real thing. Like professional athletes will do that, like, you know, like mentally prepare by visualizing like scenarios and all that.
はい。
I feel so much better with Kakashi being there with them, honestly.
重ねと
痕跡。
Big brother Kakashi.
火の寺から監禁所へ向かう道のりを探そうって言うんだね。
そこに残ってる足跡や匂いを見つけるってことね。
まあ簡単に見つかるとは思えねえけどな。
それじゃ急ぐよ。
はい。
This chick is cooked. Yep. Oh, man. Oh. That's brutal, bro. Landed right on her head, too. I mean, I know she's dead already, but still. So it looks like there's a few eyeballs left.
封印は完了した。残りはあと4匹。
Four remaining, okay.
解散だ。
You are dismissed. What are you, a teacher?
高谷、この葉へ行くぞ。ヒダ。この葉だって。カクズ、ヒダ。お前らこの葉へ行くんなら一つ忠告しとくぜ。うん。あそこには渦巻きナルトって人中力がいる。そいつに会ったら気をつけるこったな。うん。はいはいはい。てめえと一緒にすんじゃねえよ。カクズに腕くっつけてもらったジャグハイモンが。首よりは。
No, you got us sewed back together.
おい、ほらカクズ。てめえはどっちの味方だ。
That's funny.
そんなんだ。
Better than your head.
俺ヒドン、いいから行くぞ。
God, Hidan is like such a child, bro. Oh my goodness.
3日もじっとしてたからな。暴れまくってやるぜ。待ってろ、賞金首。あ？おい、カクズどこ行く？監禁所はこっちだろうが。
お前はバカか。
なんだと？
俺たちの目的は人中力だ。わざわざ戻るといった場所へ行って待ち伏せを食らう必要はない。
He knows he can't get that bounty anymore.
とうとうってこの葉へ向かう。あれから3日経った。あの賞金首も今頃はこの葉に回収された。
ま、そりゃそうだな。
そういえば
なんだよ。
その治りかけの傷みっともない。これで隠しとけ。
お、俺の額当てじゃねえか。なんだ、わざわざ拾っといてくれたのか。カクズ
What a nice guy.
いいとこあんじゃねえか。
黙れヒドン、とっとと行くぞ。
あ、おい、ちょっと待てって。おい、カクズ。お前本当は俺のこと結構好きだろ。
Aw.
理解したら殺すぞ。
They're funny together, dude.
やはりあの雨で痕跡は見当たらないね。さて、どうしますか？
いずれにせよ敵を見つけなきゃ話になりませんからね。
確かあいつら。
またすぐに戻る。覚悟はしておけ。
俺らが戻ってくるまでじっとしてろ。
って言ってたはず。でもさすがに同じ場所には戻らないよね。
近所には二正体が見張りについてるはずだけど。
よく吠える方だけならともかくもう一人いるからな。別ルートを取ってくるだろうが、奴らの目的地は一つ。
Shikamaru 10 steps ahead, of course.
遺体を狙うにせよ、人中力のナルトが標的にせよ、向かう先は木の葉だ。
ってことは広範囲の探索になるな。どうやって探す？
I don't like the idea of like having so many teams split around again and them just like taking one out.
了解。見つけた。
Oh, Ino can mind control it. Dude, I didn't know she could use animals. Dude, that's so useful, bro.
間違いない。すぐ木の葉に向かってる。
That's sick.
大丈夫いいの？
危なかった。
気づかれたのか？
多分大丈夫だと思う。
That was close.
奴ら別ルートで木の葉に向かってる。
Does something happen if she like gets like killed in the body or like they kill the body she's in? I wonder how he knew.
気のせい
だったら急ぐぜ。
だ。ああ
Just perceptive. Damn, we're about to get into it already, man.
起爆札か。
Oh, let's go.
腕を硬化した怪我はない。それより影には気をつけておけ。
何度も同じ手を食らうかよ。
被弾上だ。また起爆札。被弾かわせ。
Those are Asuma's blades, right? He was doing something to prep with it.
起爆しない。
やられたな。
Let's go, dude. Badass, bro. I love it. Ooh. Did he like just develop that technique?
やろう。影からは逃げたのにどうやって？
俺が投げたそいつはチャクラ刀だ。知ってんだろうが、そいつは使用者のチャクラ性質を吸収する特別な金属でできてる。
So he threw it into their shadows. Dude, that's so like strong.
で、使用者の術に基づく効果を発揮する。要はチャクラ刀自体が俺の影真似の術を発動中ってことだ。そのチャクラ刀はあんたらにやられたアスマ。
Yeah, that's great. I love how he's using something from Asuma.
アスマ。
この葉の忍びを駒に例えるなら、しかまる差し詰めお前は桂馬だな。
なんで？
力は弱いが駒を飛び越して進むことができる。このユニークな動きは型にはまらないお前の柔軟な思考に似てる。
Cool. That's an awesome transition.
なるほど。この起爆札はフェイク。紙切れか。こいつの狙いは花からこのチャクラ刀。そのため最初の起爆札付きの区内は2度目のチャクラ刀を確実にかわして避けさせるための。
Dude, Kakuzu is very perceptive too, though, man.
引きつけたのは
I feel like it's gonna be like a mental battle between him and Shikamaru.
こいつ。かなりの切れ者。
He's more than clever. And he's real focused right now, too.
さてと、仕上げといくか。
おい、何黙り込んでんだよさっきから。てめえまで捕まってどうすんだよカクズ。
He's like, that's my job to get caught.
キリってまずいんじゃねえのか？
まずい。俺の計算じゃ、この手順でお前らを捕まえた時点で終わりだ。
He's gonna do shadow sewing now. Or just a full shadow possession, yeah.
何を始める気だ？
一度ミスったことを二度ミスるわけにはいかねえしな。これからてめえらを接近詰めにすんのさ。
てめえら狙う順番を間違えたな。
He's about to learn.
狙う順番を間違え。
This is so sick, man. I love this.
くそ。
Is he gonna try to get him to use his blade on Kakuzu? and like start the ritual. Dude, that'd be crazy if he did that. No way. Is that really what's gonna happen?
てめえの顔は覚えたぜ。俺がどうなろうと絶対ぶっ殺す。
お前頭悪いだろ。
カズかわせ。
Ooh.
しゃー
How did he get his arm out though?
どういうこと？
まさか本体から離れた腕が単独で動くとはな。
Yeah, this is the problem with not knowing his ability.
起爆札で攻撃したあの時か。煙に紛れて右腕を地面に。さすがに暁、いずれも変わった能力者揃いだぜ。
終わりだと言ってはいても
Almost sounds like a heartbeat.
彼にとっては未知数ならばきちんと距離を取って次の手を仕掛ける。俺の連れと違って賢い。
Unlike my partner.
だが戦闘中に分析ばかりしていても全てが計算通りにいくもんじゃない。
He knows that. Don't you worry.
カズだ。俺と違いってない。
Ah,
ズバリだバカ。力をしたわな。しまったな。
今だジョージ。
Yo, Spiky? Oh man, great start to the fight. That was so sick. I love all the strategy. Did he like harden his body to protect himself? Dang, this is a big bolt crater, dude. Oh. Okay. That surprised me. That's quite a transition. Holy crap, man. Yo, dude.
全然休んでいないみたいだね。
仕方ないわ。今すぐにでも新しい術を完成させて、カカシ先生たちの増援に向かわなきゃいけないんだから。
タイムリミットは24時間か。
Time limit.
今はナルトを信じるしかない。実際、私たち以上にカカシ先生たちとスムーズに連携が取れる班なんて他にないんだしね。
よし、もうちょっとで完成だってばよ。
Man, I can't wait to see it.
サスケに追いつける。
確かにね。ただし、サスケの使う火の性質変化には気をつけろ。そろそろ五大性質変化の優劣関係について説明しておいた方がいいね。
なんだってばよ。その優劣って。
Do they like counter each other in certain ways?
火、水、土、雷、風の性質変化はそれぞれ優劣の関係を持ち、つながっているってところかな。
だからどういうこと？
それは図で説明した方がわかりやすい。
I need a visual.
五大性質変化は5つ。その5つをまずは円を描くように書く。絵だ。例えばこの最初の火、これに優劣を書き込んでみるよ。これは隣にある風に対しては優勢、反対側の水に対しては。
It's just like Pokemon.
このように五大
It's super effective.
すべて優劣の関係があるんだ。
Okay, so it's kind of like goes cyclical.
そんで
So what's wind strong against? I didn't see the.
これは分かってないな。つまり簡単に言うとだ、ナルト、お前の風遁の術はサスケのカトンの術に負けてしまう関係性にあるってことだ。カトンに勝つには水遁しかない。
なんで風遁じゃカトンに勝てねえんだってばよ。
Flames that makes it stronger.
見ると早いかな。火は風を受けると
Yeah.
激しく燃え上がる。
I mean, unless like you create such a big
しかし
like blast of winds that it like blows out, like it deprives it of oxygen, you know.
サスケのカトンの術に同等レベルの風遁の術
At the same strength. That's the key point of that.
になって帰ってくるわけだ。
That's funny animation.
ただし風の上下を見てみろ。風は確かに火には弱いが
Against lightning, okay.
つまりお前の真術はサスケのライトン、千鳥に強い。
Okay.
お前土の性質変化じゃなくてよかったな。
It's a good thing.
俺ってば、サスケとの相性良かったんだな。
ああ、雷に勝てるのは風だけだ。
いや、そっちじゃなくて火を助けてさらに大きな力にできるのは風の力だけだってことだ。
Wow, what an interesting perspective.
ああ、そうだな。
I like that. Naruto always has a different way of viewing things, man, than most people.
あんたすごいじゃない。
あ、
修行順調そうですね。
なあな。
じゃあもうすぐできるのね。
いや、ちょっと待て。もう少し時間をくれないか。まだ試しておきたいことがある。
Man, I'm so curious to see what it's gonna look like with Rasengan. Like if it's just gonna make it like so much bigger or make it smaller and like, yeah, he can harden his whole body, it seems.
おそらく体を硬化する術だ。それがあいつの能力。
よく分析している。そうだ。俺にはどんな物理攻撃も通じない。
Unless you get caught in possession.
これほどまでとは。
Without putting his hand underground.
金となるとどうする？しかまる。
驚け！無神論者だ。
They're not atheists.
そら反撃と行こうぜ。カクズ、さっさとこの術を外してくれ。
ああ。気配もなくこの俺の背後か。
Nice.
残念だったな。
Dude, let's go Kakashi, man.
気配もなくこの俺の背後から。
Yeah, I wonder how he wasn't sensed.
すごい。
なんだよそれ。お前釣り攻撃効かねえんじゃなかったのか。
そうだ、カカシ先生はどうやってあいつを。
全て見せてもらった。お前の体を硬化する術。さっき結んだ印から見て怒涛の性質変化だ。
So lightning's good against Earth.
俺の印のスピードを見切っただと。それにこれほどのライトを。そうか、お前が車輪が。
I love how they know him, man. Perfect timing for explaining the matchups and everything with Kakashi and him.
やっぱりすごいカカシ先生は。これであとはもう一人。
一瞬でさすがカカシ先生だね。
不死身じゃない方を先にやっておかないと厄介だからな。
しかまる。
そろそろやべえかもな。カカシ先生。
影真似はもう限界だな。
Damn, he really injured him. Oh.
決まった。
His heart's not there. It was in the quartz. You can move it around, right? Like.
かっこつけて終わりでとかって言ってたのにな。
どういうことだ。急所外れていないはず。
よっしゃ、さっさと蹴りつけようぜ。
そのつもりだ。
Ooh. About to see the full form. What the? What are those masks? Ugh.
影真似も限界だ。
Oh no, man.
しかまる、どうなってるの？それにさっき雷切りが当たったはずなのになんで死なないのあいつ。
さあな。けどあいつ相手じゃ少々のことじゃ驚かなくなってきたぜ。
やっと動けるぜ。
なんだあれは。
さて、じゃやるかカクズ。
Oh my god. Those things are cursed.
何あれ。すごく嫌なチャクラの感じ。
邪神様見てて。本気出すからマジ本気。
I love his voice actor, bro. Ew.
なんだ。
カクズ。おいおいおい、単価切ったそばからいきなり一匹死んでんじゃねえかよ。
Her verbal assault.
かねえなおい。
奴の体から出てきた面が一つ倒れたってことは、さっきの雷切りで仕留めたのは
Oh, I see.
の面ってわけか。
So they're gonna have to kill each mask.
ヒダン、どうし下がってろ。ここは俺がやる。
さあ待て待て。俺はずっとやられっぱなしでイライラしてんだぜ俺は。いつもので行こうぜ。
Dude, if Kakashi gets nicked, I'm about to lose my shit, dude.
トン熱い
Dude. This is a crazy wind style, bro.
自分の味方ごとそうか不死身を利用して
Are each of those things gonna be different change of nature chakras? I wonder if Kakashi killed the earth one, so maybe he can't even harden anymore. Or it might be a little different, but yeah, electricity, yeah.
来るぞジョージ
ダメあんなのまともに食らったらマジしかなれ逃げて
ライトンギアン
間に合わね
Dang, Kakashi, man. Clutch up.
危ない高橋先生
Damn, he looks badass. Wow.
大丈夫ですか
なんとかな
These are so weird looking.
いつら強い特にあのマスクの方がしかしこれだけ高レベルの術は己の持つチャクラの性質と合致しないと出せないはずそれを土風
Yeah, and there's one more.
一体どういうことだ
I wonder if he's made up of like many different shinobi or something.
驚いたねこの段取りで殺せなかったのはお前が初めてだぜ畑カカシ
チャリンガンで見切っただが次のはどうだ
何
カトンズコッ
Fire style. Dang, dude, this fight is going ham right now. This makes the fight with like Asuma and them look like nothing. Although I know I don't want to discredit that. That fight was sick too, but like this is it just keeps getting better and better, man. Man, Kakuzu's ability makes me very interested about how he has all the different change of chakra techniques. Because from what they said, like, you know, I mean, I guess they never really put a limit on it, if I remember correctly in the way they described it. But based off Kakashi's reaction, it seems a little, at least very rare. But or maybe there's something more to it than just that he has that, like he can train multiple or something. Good episodes. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about these episodes. Yeah, great fight so far. I really love how this one has kicked off like extremely hot, like, and it's just like going full throttle right off the bat. And yeah, of course, still lots of misdirection with, you know, not knowing Kakuzu's ability in full here, and him kind of being able to use that as an advantage against Shikamaru's shadow possession jutsu. Well, specifically the shadow possession shuriken jutsu, which is a really cool new ability. Honestly, very strong. Like that gives Shikamaru so much more utility and like flexibility. Once again, like even though his strength is his mindset and all this, like pairs so well with his shadow possession, you know, and this would just increases that flexibility of his actual powers versus just his strategy. So it's going to make his strategy have more options as well, and his mindset. So really like seeing that. It's also such a good memento to Asuma, and you know, just having him involved in this fight still to some degree. Even though he's gone, we get his weapons being able to impact this fight. You know, we have the representation of Asuma being there with the lighter, and Shikamaru still holding on to that until this fight is settled, you know. So it's going really well. I really like the feel of this fight so far. And of course, like Kakashi in the mix, man, he was clutching these episodes too. Was not expecting such a sick blow onto Kakuzu with Chidori, like right off the bat. That was sick. And also him, like, you know, consuming all the lightning. So cool. Yeah, the only part of the fight that I'm like, well, not the only part. There's a couple of parts I'm like trying to like forecast, you know, or theorize about. And it's always difficult in these fights, you know, because the author always kind of withholds the information slightly. But there's two things. One is that like injection or needle thing that Shikamaru gave to Kakashi at the beginning before they fought, and him saying to like look for an opening. And I feel like he had that in his hand when he did strike Kakuzu, but I don't know if it was in, I think it was in his other hand. I don't know if he actually used it or not. I kind of thought it'd be something more for Hidan, because like, you know, Hidan's immortal, so they need some kind of like unique way to kill him or to take him out in a different way. Like maybe it's like poison from Sasori or something. Like maybe they're able to extract that poison or something like that. That'd be really interesting. It would be a cool callback to the first arc of Shippuden. So I'm interested about that. And then of course the chakra nature, you know, the comparative strengths, and you know, we get a good breakdown of that, which we can go over in a minute. But I want to talk about Kakuzu specifically because, you know, we get confirmation that him hardening his body is Earth style, which is why Chidori is so effective against him. Obviously, he actually misses his heart, and we kind of see the heart going through the cords, or the, you know, how he can like sew with those cords and whatnot, or separate out pieces of his body. You can tell it's like all over his body too. But yeah, he can use Earth style, lightning, wind, fire, and so that's 4 of the 5. Now the Earth one, I'm curious about if that's just actually what he's like naturally good at, like is native to him. Because the one mask that did get destroyed, it could be the Earth one, but it could also just be maybe it was like a water one or something, right? It might have been the water one, that might be the one that's missing here. So potentially he has all 5 of the main chakra natures. So I don't know, it's interesting, and it seems to come from these masks, and maybe he can like harness you know, chakra nature abilities or chakra nature in general into these masks and like manipulate them or something. Maybe he got that from other shinobi, I don't know. Pretty interesting. You could see Kakashi was pretty surprised by that. But yeah, I love the whole breakdown of the chakra natures and like them having you know, weaknesses and power versus each other. And you know, I said the earlier reaction, but it reminds me of Pokemon a little bit. In this case, fire counters wind, wind counters lightning, lightning counters earth, earth counters water, water counters fire. Now, there was a few keywords in there that like, if it's at the equivalent strength, that one would beat the other. So I think there still is like a way, for example, if like Sasuke and Naruto were fighting and you know, Sasuke used a fire chakra nature, and Naruto used a wind one. If they're the same power, then yeah, automatically Sasuke's power would win. In fact, it would make it stronger. But maybe if it was like a stronger wind one, then maybe it wouldn't, like, it would be able to overpower it still. I don't know if I'm looking too deep in that, but that would be kind of interesting. I feel like that would be a good thing to have that, because then it's not like just a one-to-one, you know, kind of you know, weakness for strength or countering in every scenario. And I think that might, you know, make it a little too black and white. And so if there's a little gray area, I think that would be good for the power system. But yeah, this also makes me question about, you know, during this like explanation that Yamato's giving Naruto, they have a few keywords in here, like these are like the 5 great chakra nature changes in nature, right? Yeah, I think that's what they say, 5 great changes in nature. And so I think that kind of implies that there's sub ones too. And I think that would make sense. You know, what comes to mind off the bat is like shadow possession, right? Like, where does that actually come from? That kind of feels like a nature one. You know, shadows are part of nature, part of darkness and light. And so maybe there's, you know, that's like a sub one. I'm kind of intrigued about how deep this system will run in terms of the universe and the powers. Like, are most jutsu techniques going to be able to be explained in this, or is a lot of it going to be like just the chakra form kind of, you know, takes the other side of the equation for some of these techniques that we see, or is there more potential powers in the system that haven't been explained yet, which I'd imagine there are a lot more to come in fleshing out the power system. I feel like we're too early in the show for there not to be any more further explanation. You have to keep it developing, you know. So but yeah, really cool. I love getting all of, you know, a little bit more explanation. It's fleshing out the system. I don't know, it's very, very fun to watch. At the same time, I'm thinking about what you know, Rasengan and the wind chakra nature is going to look like together, because we see some few flashes of just how big the crater is that Naruto is creating with this. And you know, we've seen him use like the big Rasengan against Itachi, right? And that created quite a big crater. But this was even bigger for sure. Like, it reminded me of somewhat of the crater that the Nine-Tail created when he was fighting Orochimaru. Now, I don't think it was quite as big as that, but it's still, you could literally call it a crater, right? So yeah, I'm thinking, is it, is the wind going to like expand the Rasengan so it's like even bigger? You can create like a really huge one with less, actual chakra in it potentially, or like, manipulating the chakra to make it bigger on average. Or maybe you could use the wind chakra to like condense it into a smaller one, but it's like more power centralized in it. Yeah, I'm pretty curious about that. I'm very, very excited to see what this thing looks like. Also, they've been setting up that this is going to be pretty key to this fight. They're setting up like very clear timelines with Tsunade, like investing in this for him to protect himself against Akatsuki. But, especially in this fight, they're like, we need you to get it done in 24 hours, like, and have some kind of way to maybe counter these guys. So Tsunade is not just like, I don't think she's just doing it for Naruto's protection. Like, I think she really believes that this new jutsu technique would be a very strong utility for the Leaf Village as a whole to fight the Akatsuki and to counter them. If it really is an S rank difficulty, then maybe it is as strong as like Kakuzu's like S rank ability here. And I don't know if it's an S rank difficulty technique that he's using with manipulating all the change in chakra forms, or chakra natures, but maybe it could be something like that. It could be equivalent to that. And the Leaf Village, I don't know how you would label or quantify some of the other powers, like maybe Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan that we saw, where he like compresses time into like a black hole. That would probably be like an S rank, I'd assume. That thing was really strong. But I don't know if we've really seen anyone else's like maxed out power or like technique that would be equivalent to that. I also did want to briefly talk about Naruto's response to Yamato about the nature fire chakra being empowered by wind, or making it more powerful. Like wind only makes it stronger. And for Yamato, he's like, thank goodness you're not like an earth form where the lightning could counter you and you wouldn't have a counter to Sasuke at all. But Naruto's not thinking about ways to just counter Sasuke. He's thinking of ways to be as strong as Sasuke, to to prove and acknowledge their like friendship almost, right? Like that's always kind of been a little bit of a theme with classic Naruto and Sasuke and Naruto's relationship, is this rivalry they have to keep being stronger and stronger. It's almost like if Naruto can be as strong as someone like Sasuke, who's so talented that Sasuke would like follow his lead or believe in his friend more. Maybe think that if Naruto's acknowledged by him, that maybe it acknowledges like who Sasuke is outside of his whole revenge arc here, And I just love the different perspective that Naruto has in this. He thinks about how Sasuke can only be his best with a wind nature next to him, right? Only with potentially just like Naruto next to him. So I don't know, I think that's like really beautiful in a way, and I think it does represent the will of the fire once again, kind of the Leaf Village's mentality about it being more about empowering each other versus being like overpowering an opponent or gaining an advantage over an opponent. They're much more interested in their community than being self-interested over their opponents, and they believe like empowering your friends and family will lead to a more strong and resilient and powerful village as a whole that can take on any challenge outside of it. It's not about trying to be strategic, maybe like Danzo might be, and trying to gain competitive advantages like by being a little cutthroat. In this case, it's they really have that really good culture of I want to say community, or like camaraderie almost, right? Like working off each other's strengths and weaknesses to empower each other. All right, let's go ahead and do the character ratings for MVP. I'm gonna give that to Kakuzu around just his abilities in general. I think they're very cool. They seem very strong. Just having that many chakra nature techniques is pretty wild, and not only just having them, but like they're extremely strong. They're not like, we've seen like the fire jutsu before, or the fire chakra nature jutsu that Sasuke's used, or Itachi, and we've seen really big blasts of it, but this was like almost bigger at the end of it, right? It was like a huge wall of flame. Same with like the wind one, or the lightning one. The lightning one was like stronger than Chidori. I mean, Chidori is like more like Kakashi condenses it. I'm sure if he like shot it out, he could create something similar, but I'd imagine it wouldn't be like at this level of power. You can tell there's a lot of chakra stored in these like entities that he's using. And then just like the cables or like the way he sews things together is pretty interesting. The whole heart thing, they haven't confirmed that, but it does seem like that's going to be the case. He can move his heart around his all the cords in his body. It's similar to Sasori a little bit, where he kind of can move. It's like a moving target almost, so he can always kind of keep you on your toes a little bit. You don't really necessarily know where to strike. For the best moment, I'm going to give that to Shikamaru in these episodes. I really love the moment where he does get them in the Shuriken possession, the Shadow Shuriken possession jutsu. It's a mouthful. But then when he like jumps down and like you see the Akatsuki members in the back and he like lands, he just looks so badass. And I love this like the confidence in him after, and like not just confidence but like focus and drive. It's a different form of Shikamaru than we've seen in the past, and I love his like demeanor in that moment. And then for the funniest moment, we'll give that to Kakuzu when he roasts Hidan when all the Akatsuki members finish up extracting the two-tailed beast, and Hidan's making fun of Deidara for losing his arms and Kakuzu having to sew them back on, and Kakuzu's like, well, at least it wasn't his head. That was great, dude. Then for the Sako, I think I'll skip over the Sako this time. I think every character was really good in this episode. Like, even though Hidan is, it's like I want to hate him, or I feel like I do hate him. I have some level of, just anger towards him, of course, for how he did Asuma in, and that feeling's there, but I can't help but enjoy his character too, so I can't give it to him in this one. Maybe, in the next few episodes, if he starts, getting the blood of people, that might change pretty quick, but man, I love his voice actor. Like, the voice actor's been killing it in this arc. But yeah, I think that'll do for these episodes, these fight guys. It's sick. Let me know what y'all thought about this in the comments below, and I will catch you next time. Peace.